Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here and welcome to another video. And in this video we're going to try and explain the meaning behind the lyrics in Shatter. Of course, of previous Bray Wyatt's theme and now of course the Wyatt Sicks, honouring the legacy of Bray Wyatt and also coming out to the theme Shatter. And you might ask why? Why is Uncle Howdy and Co coming out to Shatter since the passing of Bray Wyatt? Well, it's pretty obvious, right? The whole of the Shatter theme is based around the Uncle Howdy character. And it actually means more now that Bray Wyatt isn't around, because there's almost this spiritual connection between Bo Dallas and Bray and the character Uncle Howdy. And there's so much depth and layers and detail to this theme that it hits home so hard on an emotional level with Bo Dallas coming out to this theme with the Wyatt Sicks. It truly does. Now, about a year and a half ago, I did go through the lyrics in detail, of course, when Bray Wyatt was still with us. Rest in peace, brother. We miss you every single day. So we're going to do it all over again in 2024. Now, before we go through all the details within the Shatter lyrics, I want to very briefly, well, as quickly as I can anyway, explain the basics of the Uncle Howdy character, because I appreciate not everybody followed the Bray Wyatt storyline prior to the Wyatt Sicks debut. Maybe people have only started following WWE since debut of the Wyatt Sicks, so I'm going to very, very quickly explain the story. Now, Uncle Howdy originated from Bray Wyatt's childhood. This was explained in the Bray Wyatt documentary. Uncle Howdy was basically a creepy guy in the background, if you like, that haunted Bray and potentially also his brother Bo. We don't know that for sure. They both could have been influenced by Uncle Howdy. Let's not forget that. Now, Uncle Howdy had a very clear mission. He wanted to get Bray Wyatt to revel in what you are, to embrace the darkness, and ultimately prove to Alexa Bliss that she wasn't the one in control at WrestleMania 37, that she wasn't the one in charge. Ultimately, Uncle Howdy was the puppet master, the one in control. Now, Uncle Howdy was very clearly a dark influence within Bray Wyatt's mind, a part of Bray Wyatt's darkest psyche. In a way, I suppose you could say in its simplest form, the devil on his shoulder, an influence that would get him to do horrible things. Now, Bray Wyatt was fully aware of who Uncle Howdy was, psychologically part of him, but wouldn't recognise or fully acknowledge that he was Uncle Howdy. He would claim to just be a servant, that he goes where the circle takes him, and quite simply saying that he's going to do horrible things, but it's not his fault because he's just following Uncle Howdy. Pretty sadistic when you think about it, right? Now, as he started to descend, I suppose, into absolute madness and lose control psychologically, again, these psychological reports were exposed via Uncle Howdy. Remember, Uncle Howdy knew everything about what Bray Wyatt was thinking. We would see this flash up of this version of Uncle Howdy. And at this point, Bray Wyatt was trying to work out ways that he could cover his tracks, cover his lies, to make it look like he was just a servant following Uncle Howdy. And he knew how to do that within his family, to get his brother Bo to portray Uncle Howdy to protect his lies. Remember when he took that sister Abigail? That was all staged, that was all planned. Bray was in control, but he wanted it to look like Uncle Howdy was the one that was giving him the push. All he needed was a little push to embrace the darkness. But let's not forget for one single second that it was Bray who was in control, aka Uncle Howdy and his dark influence. And to this present day, we see Bo Dallas portraying Uncle Howdy. So it seems very much, and we'll come on to the lyrics in a second, that the plan all along was to follow through with Bo Dallas portraying Uncle Howdy to protect Bray's lies. And now, Bo Dallas is not only influenced by Bray Wyatt in the words of the Red, it's almost like he's fully embracing Uncle Howdy now, being influenced by Uncle Howdy. So it's like he's fully embraced the role of Uncle Howdy. Love it. Absolutely love it, because it makes perfect sense that Bo Dallas is literally giving his life for his brother. And as a result, of course, with his brother comes along Uncle Howdy, because Uncle Howdy was part of Bray. Absolutely love it. My life for you. It really now hits home harder than ever before. Now, before we even talk about the lyrics, we gotta draw attention to the piano chords, the dun 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 dun. Now if you count those chords, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, da 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 da. How about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Uncle Howdy? Remember, Uncle Howdy is the one in control, or should we say was the one in control. I am all of us. Uncle Howdy was part of Bray Wyatt's psyche. What was part of Bray Wyatt's psyche? What was Bray Wyatt's creation? The Firefly Funhouse. He created all of those characters in his mind until one particular character came to life in, of course, The Fiend. And to this present day, all of the characters within the Firefly Funhouse, well, not all of them, but the main ones, have come to life. So Bray Wyatt's creation is out in the open now. Remember when he said, I used to think that the prison inside of my head was the only place that I could truly be free, i.e. he felt that the Firefly Funhouse was something that was just going to stay in his mind and he couldn't bring out creatively. Now Bo has truly honoured the legacy of his brother Bray by bringing his creation to life, and I truly believe it was Bray Wyatt's plan all along for this to happen. There was confirmation from Bo himself that the characters that we see in the current Wyatt Sicks were handpicked by Bray, and assuming Alexa Bliss was the 6th member, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Uncle Howdy, i.e. Bray Wyatt. Also, let's not forget the sound effects in the background, the children sort of cheering, the children from the Firefly Funhouse. You can make them out in the build-up to the Shatter theme. And you could also hear that creepy laugh as well in the background as well in the build-up. And it makes sense and lines up with this whole angle being a psychological one. Now let's go through the opening lyrics. You can throw it all away when things break, things shatter. Keep it written on your face. The little details matter only in me. Now the opening line, you can throw it all away when things break, things shatter. I purely think that's a link to Bray Wyatt's mental health struggles, that there was a point in his career, there was a time in his life where he was going to give up his creative. When things break, things shatter, they get out of control. Anyone will know, and I certainly know this personally, that when you struggle with your mental health, things get completely out of control. They spiral, they go on this downward path, and it just keeps shattering. Bray Wyatt didn't give up. He came back to WWE in 2022, and you can definitely say the little details mattered, because Bray Wyatt's facial expressions would tell all. You could clearly tell that deep down Bray Wyatt knew of Uncle Howdy. He knew what was going on, and the whole Only in Me tells the story that Uncle Howdy was part of Bray Wyatt, that Uncle Howdy was everything. Remember, everything that we see to this present day was part of Bray Wyatt's creative genius mind. The Firefly Funhouse coming to life, all of those characters, The Fiend, everything was Bray. Only in Me. Only Bray holds that creative genius. But now Bo Dallas has given up his life for his brother, My Life for You, taking on Uncle Howdy in the spirit of Bray. It's in Bo Dallas now, that creative genius. And he's continuing that creative genius to this present day. The next lines, I am the coil, I am the spring, only in me. I am the ghost in the machine, only in me. Recount confession, give no release, only in me. Will your stain ever live to be? Now, I am the coil, I am the spring, I am the ghost in the machine. Basically saying that Bray Wyatt was Uncle Howdy. He knew he was Uncle Howdy because it was only in him. I am the ghost in the machine. I am the ghost of the man who sold the world. Remember, Bray's dark conscience in Uncle Howdy knew what happened at WrestleMania 37. He blamed Bray Wyatt. You sent him away. You killed the world. It wasn't just Alexa at fault for WrestleMania 37. Uncle Howdy blamed Bray also, the weaker side of Bray, for killing the world, i.e. the Firefly Funhouse and all of the characters associated, specifically The Fiend. Recount confession, give no release. will your stain ever live to be? Now, I think will your stain ever live to be is pretty much saying, will your legacy live on? Now, Bo is honouring the legacy of Bray and continuing his creation to this day. But at that time, Bray Wyatt wanted to leave a mark. He wanted to be in the Hall of Fame. And to do that, he'd need to leave a stain. Now, when the chorus kicks in, this is where it truly links to Bo Dallas. Die for me, brother, know not what you've seen. Love one another, know not where you've been. Lie for me, brother, know not what you've said. Use me for cover. When things break, things shatter. Truly, Bo Dallas is honouring Bray Wyatt's creative genius mind to this day by fully embracing Uncle Howdy. Now, the whole die for me, brother, know not what you've seen. Know not what you've seen in the past, maybe. The haunting of Uncle Howdy within their childhood. Love one another, know not where you've been. Forget where you've been. They've both been to some seriously dark places. Bo Dallas nearly had to end his WWE career via injury, a severe injury. Bray Wyatt was fired from WWE. They both were. And yet they came back and they just embraced one another, worked alongside one another, lied for one another. Lie for me, brother, know not what you've said. All a direct message from Bray to Bo. And the use me for cover line doesn't only apply to Bo Dallas portraying Uncle Howdy still to this day to protect his brother, my life for you, literally dying for his brother. This also applies to all the members of the Wyatt Sicks using Bray Wyatt for cover, because every character within the Firefly Funhouse was part of Bray Wyatt's creative genius. It was all in his mind. So essentially they're using his characters for cover, using Bray for cover. Love it. Absolutely love it. I love it on their entrance when they take off their mask. It's like, use me for cover. It sort of even links in with that lyric at that point in that moment in time. It's genius. When things break, things shatter. Again, just confirmation that this is a psychological angle with things getting out of control when they shatter. Now, the next bit I love. Just a sliver of a thought can make even a thick head clatter. This basically, or was, a message to the critics of Bray Wyatt in the past. The people don't like to look at all the devils in the detail. They like to look at things in the literal sense and don't use their minds. And Bray Wyatt was basically issuing a message to his critics that a lot of people just don't give the creative genius enough thought. Therefore, just a sliver of a thought can make a thick head clatter. Or even a thick head clatter, shall I say. Disappear without a trace while the whole world's laughing, but it's only in me. Bray Wyatt, of course, disappearing, I suppose, in a way, after getting fired from WWE. Disappeared without a trace, but deep down, he knew it couldn't be killed in The Fiend. That his creations could not be killed. Uncle Howdy could most definitely not be killed, because he's all of them. And the whole world was laughing, but Bray Wyatt knew deep down that all of this was still within him. Only in me, and now it's only in Bo. Love it. I am the coil, I am the spring, only in me. I am the ghost in the machine, don't look at me. Now remember in the previous, again we won't repeat this because we've already been through it, it repeats only in me 3 times. But on the second line, I am the ghost in the machine, don't look at me. Love that. It's basically saying, don't look too closely, because if you look back at the Titantron version of Uncle Howdy, it's Bray. It is 100% Bray. He doesn't want, or didn't want, us fans to work it out that he was the ghost of the man who sold the world, i.e. Uncle Howdy. That subtle difference. And listen to it, because I thought it was a repeat of Only in Me all the times, but in the second lot, it's Don't Look at Me. And you can make it out. Go and listen to it, come back to me in the comments section and share your thoughts and opinions. But that's the main bulk of the lyrics of Shatter, but very clearly a direct message from Bray to Bo Dallas, and now it hits home harder than ever before, because Bo Dallas is honouring the legacy of Bray, continuing the Uncle Howdy character, therefore coming out to Shatter means more than ever before, because this time, Die For Me Brother hits harder than ever. Know not what you've seen, love one another, know not where you've been, lie for me brother, know not what you said, use me for cover. So there we have it, a deep dive into the lyrics of Shatter, and as always, get down in the comment section, share your thoughts and opinions, your wildest theories, because obviously the lyrics of this theme are going to mean different things to different people. They're going to get different takes from it, and I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. And one thing I want to say to wrap things up as well is how cool is this theme? I absolutely love this theme, and since the passing of Bray, I've played this theme at least once every single day. I feel like quite powerful when I play it, and I've been going through some pretty crap moments at the moment, I suppose, in my life, some tough times, and I just feel like he's kind of there looking out for you in a way. I know that sounds cheesy, but I don't know, just kind of you feel his presence a bit, and it's quite empowering. Anyway, before I become an emotional bloody mess at the end of this video, I want to thank you as always for watching each and every one of these videos. It means the world. Making videos like this massively help me. I know they help a lot of you as well. We're all in this together. We're all Fireflies for life, and we will always stick together. We've always got this. We always got wrestling. We always got the Wyatt Sicks continuing Bray Wyatt's legacy, and that's more than enough for all of us. And thank you so much for watching the video. It'd be very much appreciated if you could like the video, share the video, and even better, subscribe if you're new. And we'll catch you in the next one.